Ladies and gentlemen, Greg McCloskey from ForexLive.com. This is a Kickstart video for April 9th, 2024, where I take a look at three of the major currency pairs: the euro versus US dollar, the dollar versus yen, and the sterling versus US dollar. So let's get started. Taking a look at the euro versus US dollar on the hourly chart, what we see in price action yesterday was a move to the upside. That move to the upside came close to this swing area right through here at 1.08656. That level corresponds with the number of different floors and ceilings, I guess, for this pair going back in time, mainly back through here. We did move above it in trading last week, but failed, and we in trading here today, we've seen a rotation to the upside, and we're back above that level, 1.08656. We're also looking to test and extend above the 100-day moving average. That level comes in at 1.08712. Recall from last week when the price did break above this 1.08656 level. Finally, right here, the price did move above the 100-day moving average for the first time since, well, going back to these dates right through here around the March 20th or so time frame. But it failed, and then today we're trying to get back above that level. Currently trading 1.0872, just above that 100-day moving average. If we do move above that level, get above the high price from last week, we'll look toward the 61.8% retracement at 1.08825. Get above that level and opens the door for further upside momentum with maybe 109 as the next key target for this currency pair on the downside. Break below the 50% retracement. Now, we did earlier today. That was going to be our close risk level for the euro versus US dollar coming into the day. After all, we traded above and below it in trading yesterday, and then moved above and closed above it. I said the best case scenario going into the new day was that the 50% retracement held. It didn't. It came down below that level, but as you can see, when the market started to move back to the upside, we started to see the sellers turn to buyers once again as the market tries to figure out the direction for the euro versus US dollar. By the way, the ECB does meet on Thursday, and the expectations are that they're going to, or the hope is that they start to think toward a June easing, or laying the pipe for that from their voices, but that's uncertain, of course. And what we've seen recently from Fed officials is the opposite, that they were looking to push off rates. So that kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit in regard to the euro's strength versus the US dollar. But the yields are lower in the US, they're lower in Europe as well, but we are seeing that move to the upside in the euro versus US dollar today. A weaker dollar, stronger euro. Just keep those fundamentals in mind. It may cause more ups and downs until the ECB decision on Thursday. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen next, and on the hourly chart. Yesterday we came up and moved up to a high of 151.937. That was just short of the 30-year high that we saw back here at 151.967 back on March 27th. That 30-year high took out the prior 2022 high of 151.94 and the 2023 high of 151.92. So we have 1, 2, 3 year highs within about 5 pips of each other. And that is a serious ceiling for the dollar versus yen. We're going to need to get above that level in trading here today. The price high in the Asian/early European session, we started to see rotation to the upside, and then in the early European session, we moved up toward the 937 level, but fell short of that level. And since then, we started to rotate to the downside with the dollar weakness seen over the short term here. On the downside, we do have the 100-hour moving average at 151.649. That the price needs to get below to increase the bearish bias, followed by the 200-hour moving average at 151.558. Those levels need to be broken to increase the bearish bias. We've been above and below it, admittedly, as market consolidates in up and down price action here, but those levels would still are key technical levels that, if broken, would tilt the bias more to the downside. We did have some reports that the Bank of Japan was considering raising their inflation expectations as a result of recent wage negotiations. So that may be helping to contribute to the stronger yen in trading here today. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar, and we'll look at our 4-hour chart And what we know is that the price is moving to the upside here and away from the, or back into the middle of this value area that I've been highlighting for weeks and weeks and weeks. The price is now trading above all three of this cluster of moving averages, which was our key areas on the top side that we need to get to and through and stay above if the buyers were going to remain more in control. That 200 bar moving average on the 4-hour chart comes in at 1.2683. The 100-day moving average comes in at 1.2665. Need to stay above both those moving averages now to keep the buyers in play. The 50% midpoint of this last move to the downside comes in at 127.158, and that will be the next target on the top side of further upside momentum. We move above that level and things start to tilt more in favor of the buyers. Maybe another run toward the 128 level. Maybe. We'll see. So that's my look at three of the major currency pairs, the Euro versus US dollar, dollar versus yen, sterling versus US dollar. My name is Greg McCloskey. Good fortune with your trading. Bye-bye now.